So let's get into the ICL group. Again, that's in Israel. That's the Israeli company that we have in the data DiviPack. So when I got in, we got in at 718 or around 7, but we've been just adding, below. And we know, I'm going to show you what my share price is and stuff like that. But we got in when it was at 12.41 dividend. The debt to equity is good at 0.42. EPS was 0.6. And as you see, ICL right now, we have a cost per share at $6.86. And it's sitting at, the low sixes. That's okay. It had to come back to that range anyway. And so let's look at some of the gematria decodes, and we'll look at the chart, okay? So ICL stocks ornamental horticulture. That's partly what it does agriculturally. That's 133 English reduction. We have ICL Group Ltd, 137 ordinal, the 33rd prime. United States keeps Israel afloat, 332 English ordinal. Colel rule, so that's close to 333. Israeli companies are ran like USA, 303 English ordinal, the 33rd prime. Investing in Israeli companies is investing in the United States of America markets, 333 English ordinal. You see that? Investing in Israeli companies is investing in the United States of America markets, 333 English reduction. That's huge. That's huge. It's telling you right there. That's telling you. Investing in Israeli stock, much like investing in American stock internationally, 333 English reduction. You see the power. You see the powerful decodes here. I'm not going that far off the farm to find what I need gematria wise. ICL stock will rise during World War III, 333 English ordinal. At this point, I almost feel like World War III is going to happen. I don't know. It is what it is. It might be televised. I'm not saying it's going to be like a crazy real war, but it might be illusion on TV, another psyop, okay? And Ravi Zoller, that's the CEO, 137 reverse ordinal, the 33rd prime. But again, this is a chemical company, a horticulture company, agriculture. They work with steel and things like that. So these are one of the companies, and one of my coworkers was telling me he was a National Guard. He's like, and I was telling him about this company. He says this is the type of stock that gets retrofitted to help for war causes and stuff. Again, so the dividend yield right now is at like 13%. So let's actually get into the actual stock price before we get into the article and the fundamentals of this. All right. Looking at ICL's chart, I know what Yahoo Finance is saying: short-term bearish, mid-term bearish, long-term bearish. That doesn't matter. Look at the where it's been going. You see, back in 2019, when the markets were kind of stable, where there was at, it was sitting at around these prices. It has a little bit to go. It dipped in 2020 like everything else. All right. But look, it's going to be reaching support around this level. I'm not too worried. And if World War III pops off like it could possibly happen in a couple years, it's going to be going right back up. Got up to 13. But again, look, the dividend right now is 13.8%. It's almost at 14%. Solid company. And then we're going to get into the fundamentals, and I'm going to show you why it's kind of like a safe, nice long-term hold. Okay. And so let's get into first, let's get into the U.S. funds Israel, and then we'll get into the fundamentals and what I'll show you, right? And so USA funds about $3.4 billion in military equipment each year to Israel. USA uses most of its foreign aid budget on Israel's relationship. And the reason why they send so much funding to them is because Israel uses their military forces to keep, the Middle East destabilized. And a destabilized Middle East is good for America, essentially, for a lot of different reasons. So a destabilized Middle East is good for America. That's why they fund Israel. And Israel has their own issues and whatnot. I have articles attached as well. Make sure you go check those out. And so Israel is help. Israel is USA. Israel and America. And those all equal 133 English ordinal. And America, international strength, that equals 133 English reduction. So come on now. It's all there. It's all there. I don't even have to really explain. It's all there. Then we got where ICL is located, Tel Aviv, Yafo, Israel, ICL group. ICL stock is protected by America. Israeli companies are ran like USA. They all equal 303 English ordinal, big time. Tel Aviv, Yafo, Israel, ICL, group stock, 137 English reduction, 33rd prime. Look, Israel companies are ran like USA. United States of America, middleman for the Middle East in there, 303 English ordinal. Israel is USA. OK business, 43 English reduction. ICL, good stock, 133 English ordinal, 133 English ordinal. Think about that. Government, 133. Come on. Israel is help, 133. 52 English reduction. Come on. Come on, y'all. Come on. It's all there. It's all there. Israel stocks, USA funds Israel, 52 English reduction, 92 reverse reduction. Big stocks, big numbers, okay? So definitely take a look at that. ICL fundamentals. All right. So again, they have total assets of 11.75 billion. Their total liabilities is 6.03 billion, and so that means they have a plus of 5.713 billion in equity. So that's their fair value market cap with that. And so if I take out their long-term debt and debenture liabilities, which I'll get into how they're decent, like they're not bad loans or bad debt. So you take the assets of 11.75 billion minus the long-term debt and debenture liability 2.312 billion. And that's equity of 9.438 billion. So why would I take that out? Well, it's why would I take that long-term debt debenture out for ICL? It's long term. And the reason why, well, let's look at the definition of a debenture. A debenture is a type of debt issued by governments and corporations that lacks collateral and is therefore dependent on creditworthiness and reputation of the issuer, which means ICL got a loan without putting any collateral behind it. All right. Which means the person who lent them that long term debenture says, I know you're good for the money. I look at your financials and I know you're good for the money. So I'm just going to put it up to you. We'll put it at, a set rate for the paying it back and we'll be good. All right. So that's good to see. And right, look, this is where it's at on the fundamentals at the bottom on the financial paperwork, long-term debt and debentures. Okay. 2.312. You see that? That's why you have to look at the papers, man. That's why you got to look at the financial reports. Very important looking at financial reports. All right. And then, so we got 1.29 billion shares outstanding. And so I'm just going to take first, we're going to take the true value net equity. That's going to be around $4.42 for that, when you divide that. So that's where if you take the long-term debt into the equation, it should be at about 4.5 cents the stock. Okay. But if you take the long-term debt out of the equation, so if you keep the long-term debt in the equation, it's about $4.50 for the stock. If you take the long-term debt out of the equation because it's not too much of a worry, you just need money to grow. Obviously, the stock is worth about $7.31. So, where it's at right now, price-wise, it's not too shabby if you take that in mind. And they just announced sustainability-linked revolving credit facility, which is another revolving credit lender, and they had a consortium or a contract with 12 international banks, and it was just a refurbishing, a renewal of the revolving credit facility, which was entered in 2018. So really, it's just business as usual for ICL. Like it's just a small, stable stock. Well, it's not a small stock. It's just a lower price stock, but healthy dividend, good company, a lot of cash, a lot of assets, and good finances. And so before we finish up, let's just look at the gematria. Debenture could be good for business, 331 English ordinal, 133 in English reduction, bang, right off the bat. A revolving credit term loan could be a solid option for financially stable companies, 333 English ordinal. Come on now. Revolving credit for ICL stock, 333 English ordinal. You see these 333s? Big time. Let me tell you one more time. A revolving credit term loan could be a solid option for a revolving credit term loan could be a solid option for financially stable companies, 333 English reduction, revolving credit for ICL stock, 333 English ordinal. It's telling you these are good things. So that's why I'm going to keep adding to the divvy pack. I think it's going to pay off long term, in my opinion. And I gave you a lot of reasons why. Then ICL sustainability linked revolving credit facility, 222 English reduction. So powerful decodes, really good company, stable company, funded by America. So it's like in American terms, and just solid all around. You see the decodes.